You asked me to figure out where this video was recorded, so I did. Hi, I'm josemonkey, and I find people who ask to be found. Guys, this video is going to be a little bit different because this person had an unusual challenge for me. I'll let them explain.
All right, josemonkey, let's see if you can work your magic. I'm moving out of state. I'm taking my car. I'm going several states away. I want to see if you can find where I started, where I ended, and all the routes in between. I'm going to upload multiple videos to tag you in. So just let's see if you can see what route I took.
Okay, this should be fun. Let's see the first location.
I'm going to try and make this first one easy for you. You tell me where I'm starting out at.
Well, as I said, they made this one pretty easy. We've got a Wendy's and a Wawa here, but really there are two other clues that help me find this very quickly. This ambulance says Citronia on it. That tells me that this is very likely in Lehigh Valley, Pennsylvania. And this sign we see here is for Carrabba's Italian Grill. Now they have locations all over the place, but there are really only a few of them in eastern Pennsylvania. This is the one in Allentown. Here's that rather distinctive building we saw at the start of the video. Okay, so that was super fast. I found that place in under 3 minutes. Let's take a look at the next place.
All right, josemonkey. I'm at my first fuel stop on this drive. Can you figure out where I got fuel first on this drive?
Okay, so that one wasn't really any harder. There are all sorts of clues here, including the fact that we have a BP gas station and a sign for Interstate 70. But the biggest clue that was a total giveaway was this sign that says Softtite. That is Softtite Community Credit Union. They're in Ohio, and their website only lists 2 locations, a main office and a branch office. This is the branch office in St. Clairsville, Ohio. Here's a Google Street View of that Softtite sign, and you were standing right over here. Okay, so the first stop was about 325 miles from the first location. That means our friend probably took I-76 for most of the trip, and it tells us that they're traveling west. By the way, I found this one almost as fast as the first one, about 3 minutes and 10 seconds. All right, let's see the next place.
All right, josemonkey. Step 3 of the journey. I'm going to try and make this one a little bit more difficult. Where am I?
Okay, we finally got a challenge. At the start of this video, we see some businesses across the street. I couldn't make out the signs on either one of them, but I was pretty sure that this one was a bank. We've got this rather distinctive looking building across the street here, and it looks like it might have writing at the top, but I couldn't read what it said. Then we see this building, which I thought looked kind of like a Sonic fast food restaurant, but I wasn't really sure about that. We also can see some street signs here, but they're not readable. As I turn the camera back in the other direction, we can see more of the parking lot that they're standing in. Always with the freaking parking lots. And we can see that there's a red and white striped tent here. We also have some signs for some other businesses, but they're also pretty difficult to make out. Then they turn all the way back the other direction, and we see this rather distinctive building with the columns. And that's about it. Okay, this wasn't going to be as easy as the first two. And if I wasn't able to figure out at least one of those businesses, it was going to be significantly harder. I stared at this bank sign for a long time, but I was not able to read it. And I looked at this one for a while too, but I figure it's probably just some logo that I don't recognize. But after staring at this one for a long time, I concluded that this might be a rent-a-center sign. So the best I could say is that we had a rent-a-center, maybe, near a bank, maybe, somewhere. Oh, and maybe there was a Sonic nearby, but I wasn't feeling very confident about that. Okay, but where to even look for this? I considered waiting for the next video from this person. I figured if I could find that location, I could draw a line from location 2 to location 4, and location 3 we had to be on there somewhere. But that person didn't send me another video for several days, so I decided not to wait. Okay, so I knew that this person posted location 3 about a day after they posted the second location. I figured there was an upper limit to how far they could get in one day traveling by car. I decided that 500 miles, or roughly 800 kilometers, was a pretty good estimate for about how far they could get. So starting from that location in St. Clairsville, I drew a circle with a radius of 500 miles. I knew they had to be in there somewhere. But I could do better than that, because I knew that the person was heading west. So it was pretty unlikely that they would double back and head east to get to location number 3. That meant that this location was most likely in the western half of that circle. So I started looking for rent-a-center locations that were close to banks in that area. And I got a whole bunch of results. But I started looking through them, and about halfway through the list, I saw this. That's our red and white striped tent, which told me that you were here in Hopkinsville, Kentucky. Here's that tent in the parking lot, as well as the signs that we saw. Oh, and that was a Sonic, by the way. I should have trusted my gut on that. You were standing right here in this parking space. Oh, in case you're wondering where this location was in that 500-mile radius, it was down here in the southwest corner. Good thing I estimated 500 miles, not 400. I would have missed this one. Okay, on to the next one. But guys, there was no next one. I waited for a while, but this person didn't send me any more videos asking me to find them. Yo, maybe bro drove off a cliff in Kentucky. You know, I was actually a little bit worried about that for a while. But I reached out to this person, and they confirmed they were alive and well, but they didn't have any more videos to send me because the other videos that they recorded got deleted. So unfortunately, our journey ends here. Oh, really? Sorry. Okay, it's time to check which previous locations were closest to these. That first location in Allentown was closest to the place I found in Douglasville, Pennsylvania in lightning round 11. It's about 25 miles or 41 kilometers away. Location number 2 in Ohio was closest to the place I found in Season 1, Episode 89 in Washington, Pennsylvania. That's about 32 miles or 54 kilometers away from that spot. And his last place in Kentucky was closest to the place I found in Season 1, Episode 255 in Pleasant View, Tennessee. It's about 40 miles or 64 kilometers away from that spot. The 3 videos that we see here cover about 800 miles or so, but I don't know how far the final destination was. Guys, that wraps up this video, and it also wraps up Season 2. Sorry to end the season on a bit of a cliffhanger. Maybe this person will send me another video for Season 3 and we can find out where they eventually ended up. I will post a Season 2 recap in a few days. If anybody else wants me to find them, you know what to do.